Hello, this is the first of a three-part video covering one of our biggest trips this year, a week in Rome and Florence. So here we go. Welcome to Rome. We have just arrived in Rome, and there is a million things you can do in Rome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find some place to sit down, spend a little time in the Blue Guide, make some reservations for tomorrow, and get our trip going. We certainly could have been a little better prepared for this trip, but as I hope you'll see, you can have an amazing time in Rome, pretty much just by showing up. All right, that's the Pantheon booked. This is the 18th century Trevi Fountain. Very popular, fed by an aqueduct built in the 1st century BC, 2,000 years ago.
Okay, so they say when you come to Rome and you throw a coin over your shoulder, you'll have good luck and come back.
One of the wonders of Rome is that you can just wander around and come across things like this. A cool little 16th century church that has a fun copy of the Shroud of Turin that you can pop a coin in and light it up. Or how about this? The Church of St. Ignatius of Loyola, famous for a number of frescoes inside by Andrea Pozzo, including the ceiling, painted to give the effect of infinite height. We wrap up day one with the Roman specialty for dinner, cacio e pepe.
That's really good. Very nice.
The Spanish Steps seem to be a must-see, and as such they are packed with tourists who are standing on them. This Bernini fountain, a Baroque masterpiece in plain sight, is en route to the Palazzo Barberini, where we headed to duck out of the rain and check out some masterpieces. Turns out this was a pretty popular idea. The museum kicks off in high gear with a couple of portraits by Raphael, the greatest painter of the Renaissance. Then a nice composition by Lorenzo Lotto, a personal favorite of ours. The combination of great art, billions of tourists, and small rooms sometimes results in situations like this, a complete traffic jam where a tour group could totally fill the room in front of us. I tell you, nobody cuts a head off quite like Caravaggio. Look at that grossed out determination, the surprise. Oh, it's brilliant. We're standing outside the Capuchin Crypt. Pictures are not allowed inside, but they do sell postcards, so I'm going to take you inside virtually that way. So underneath this church over here is a crypt with 6 rooms filled floor to ceiling with bones and dead Capuchin monks in their habits. Examples like these guys here, surrounded by skulls. And this particular gruesome display, this is a room full of femurs, and that's 2 crossed arms, and those are actual human arms. In this room, I counted, did a little estimation, there's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,400 people just in this room based on the count of femurs. According to the little audio guide we had, there's 3,700 people in there overall, which is a lot. That's a freaky place. After a peaceful wander through the Villa Borghese, we popped out into the striking Piazza del Popolo. Behind me is the Castello Sant'Angelo and the Ponte Sant'Angelo. These were both built about 1900 years ago by the Emperor Hadrian, initially as his tomb. They've been expanded significantly since. Good morning. Today we're going into ancient Rome. We're going to start with the Pantheon, then we're going to go check out the Forum and the Colosseum. Some of that ancient Rome itinerary is actually going to slip over into the second video, but we'll get you through part of it. We meet our group for the tour of the Pantheon outside of this church, Santa Maria sopra Minerva. Built in the 13th century, it's an unusual Gothic church. You don't see many of those in Rome. Okay, it's time to head over and meet up with our tour group. Head inside.
With a short introduction, and then of course we are going to concentrate on the Pantheon.
This sign translates to something like, Marcus Agrippa, son of Lucius, made this thing, which of course isn't true. Hadrian built it on the spot of Agrippa's ruined Pantheon, but kept this note on the front. Inside, the spectacular 43-meter dome is the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome. In AD 609, it became a church. They even put bell towers on it at one point, if you can imagine that. Then in 1520, they buried Raphael here. There's so much going on in Rome, it's unbelievable. Stay tuned, come back soon for part 2.